All right, this next example and the one following it, I would say are the questions that students miss the most in this section, in 5.2 in particular. So start, highlight it, whatever you need to do. You will get asked this question for sure. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. All right, but if you follow the instructions and you kind of follow these steps, you will be okay. It will work out just fine. So if sine of A is 3/5 with A in quadrant 1, and cosine of B is negative 5/13 with B in quadrant 3, find sine of A plus B, cosine A plus B, and tangent of A plus B. Perfect, fine, great, awesome. Biggest thing I want you to know and want you to realize is that these two separate pieces of information, these are two separate triangles. All right. I don't want us to think about all the A and B addition stuff. I just want us to draw these two triangles just like how we used to, back in the day. So sine of A is 3/5 with A in quadrant 1. So this is going to be the A triangle, okay? Triangle A. Sine of A is 3/5. Opposite, hypotenuse is 3/5, which means this other side is 4. Okay, there's my A triangle. Now I'm going to draw my B triangle. The B information they give us is that cosine of B is negative 5/13. It's in the third quadrant. It gets drawn like this. Okay. Cosine is negative 5, so adjacent is negative 5. Hypotenuse is 13. That makes this leg negative 12. If you need to do the math, do the math. But this is all from Pythagorean theorem. Okay. All right. This step here is step number 1. Draw the triangles. Absolutely must draw the triangles. Now that we actually have the triangles drawn out, labeled, all that good stuff, now we can take care of the 3 problems that we have. And it really is just plug and chug. So we're going to do sine of A plus B first. Sine of A plus B. All right. Now, I want us to expand this out. All right, I want to write the expanded version of this. Sine of A plus B is the same thing as writing sine of A cosine of B plus sine of B cosine of A. Okay? We have this written out. Now, I want you to plug in to the right-hand side numbers from your triangles, plural. So, sine of A, we have it in a problem, but we can get it in the triangle as well. Sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of A is 3/5. Cosine of B, they give it to us in our problem, but we could also get it from our triangle. That's negative 5/13. Okay. Plus sine of B cosine of A. Sine of B is going to be negative 12/13. Sine of B from the triangle. And cosine of A is going to be 4/5. All right, so what we did is we made our triangles, we expanded out the sine function, and we're just plugging in the values from the triangles that we have. And now all that we have left to do is multiply across and then add, and we'll be in good shape. All right, so 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. 13 and 5, I'll do it on the side here, 65. And then we have plus negative 12 times 4 is negative 48 over 65. Negative 15 plus negative 48, that's going to be 3. That's going to be negative 63 over 65. And that is my answer. Okay, so get our triangles, plug in, and then simplify as needed. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for cosine, and we'll do the same thing for tangent. So cosine A plus B. Expand it out. Cosine, so cosines together. opposite sign of what we're doing, and then signs together. All right, plug away. Cosine of A, 4/5 from that triangle, from the A triangle. Cosine of B, -5/13. Sine of A from the triangle, 3/5. Sine of B from my B triangle, -12/13. All right. So what I get here is I have 4 times -5, and then 5 times 13, which we already did. So I have -20/65. Negative and a negative will give me a positive, so this will turn into a plus 36/65. So -20 plus 36, or 36 minus 20, this will give me 16/65. All right, now, final piece. And I'm actually you're going to be like, oh, well, that's not too bad. Final piece, I'm going to do tangent. And we'll actually use the tangent formula in the next problem set. So tangent of A plus B is, at its very basic definition, using that ratio problem that we know, or the ratio identity that we know, I can say that tangent of A plus B is sine of A plus B over cosine of A plus B. All right, totally okay to use this, and I would recommend using this because we just did all this work, okay? We could do the tangent formula, but like I'll show you how to use it in the next video. But we did all this work, so let's like benefit from doing all this work and just use what we did and get our simplified answer. So sine of A plus B is, we found it, is -63/65. Cosine of A plus B is 16/65. Okay, when we divide fractions, we keep the first fraction, change the big division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction, 65/16. So I'm going to get -63/16. All right. And that looks great. And those are your 3 trig functions. Draw the triangles, expand it out, plug in, and simplify. That is what we want to do here. But yeah, everything else here looks good. I'll show you how to use a tangent one in the next video.